My name is Ed Bergin, Edward J. Bergin. My rank, retired out of the reserves as 06 Navy captain. Well, as you know, we engaged the trawler. I've told you that story. When she went to Da Nang, first she was towed to Chu Lai, and I had told the base commander that she had been shot up pretty bad on the port side, and they better do something, she might sink. She sank. Of course, I sat up and drank whiskey all night with my crew, and when dawn came, the CO of the base and Roger Stahlback, who was stationed there, came up and wanted to know why it sank, and I said, look, I told you guys it needed to be patched up. Anyway, I was pretty discourteous to the CO, and I felt, I didn't feel bad about that, but I felt bad about being that way in front of Roger Stahlback, who was a nice guy. Anyway, the ship came in, and I went all through it with my crew that night, and we painted our logo on the side of it, and she had beer bottles on her from Hanoi. I looked at some of the electronic boxes, and they were in Chinese, and I was told later that she'd been built in East Germany. She was brand new. She was a beautiful ship. She had a Chinese sextant on her, and Bob Shirley, who's now dead, got her ensign off her and gave it to me at the Officers Club. I'll send you a picture of it. We had a little pub that we made there, and she was flying a Chinese flag, the same one they use today. So there was no question in our mind who was involved in all this. Most of the AKs were Chinese that I saw. There were some Russian weapons. I had, the two Brownings I had been captured, and they were American Browning .30 calibers that probably had been taken from us. But these had shoulder stocks and bipods on them, and carrying handles, so they were nothing that our Army would have carried except maybe in World War II. So they probably dated back that far. But you would find a wide array of weapons. Anything from Swedish Ks, you'd see the old grease guns, you'd see the old Thompson submachine guns. I have a K-44 rifle that was in Cosmoline on that ship with the bayonet, and it was made in Russia. So most of the weapons were either Chinese or Russian. And occasionally you'd find something of interest like a Swedish K. I mean, how did that get there? I don't know. But they were, I'd say they were pretty well armed up in Ike where they were. And it was an interesting tour. You asked me about the Koreans. The Koreans opened up on us with artillery. I couldn't stop them. An American advisor, Marine advisor, called and said we're in their TOAR, which we were, and Batanga was part of it. And he said they're going to start firing artillery. Better get out of there. And I said, I can't. I've got the ship here. He said, I can't stop them. You better get out of there. So we were told to pull back, and they started firing. The Korean Marines are probably the most ruthless fighting machine next to ours. Our Marines are just as good. These two were the Blue Dragon Division of the South Korean Marines. They were commanded by a guy by the name of Captain Song, and they had two Marine advisors. I believe one's name was Miller, Captain Miller, and the other was a Lieutenant Elmendorf. They were the advisors. I didn't want anything to do with them after they opened up with the artillery. They went out to the trawler. They did take a lot of the AKs and stuff off. And but later, when I was patrolling the area, Miller or Elmendorf called me, and they came out in an LVT, and I gave them some water and some stuff. And then they invited me ashore, and I would swim in, and I'd eat kimchi with Captain Song and have some OB beer 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 and have some Tiger whiskey or whatever. And, but they were absolutely murderous when it came to the Viet Cong. They took no prisoners. But the Viet Cong were very afraid of them. They didn't attack the Koreans very often. So, but they were great guys, and we had the American advisors with them, kept them pretty much under control.